Put it in.
What's up, everybody? Cliff and Chandra here from Not Gospel Studios. We just watched the trailer for Weird, the Al Yankovic story.
With Daniel Radcliffe.
With Daniel Radcliffe.
Which, in that trailer, he looked ripped.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. We did not allow ourselves to talk about this after watching it. We watched it, and now we're talking. So,
but we both grew up with Weird Al.
Yes.
So I know we're going to have feelings.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Would you like to go?
The tone that the trailer set. The trailer was excellent.
Yes.
But to do that as an entire movie?
The trailer looked incredible. It makes it look like... How are they going to
sustain that as an entire movie and it be quality?
It made it look like... my question is, I grew up with Weird Al, listening to his music. Amish Paradise was the first version of Gangster's Paradise that I ever heard. I'm not going to lie.
That's funny.
And I still don't know what She's Lump or whatever it is. Like, I don't even know anything about how that song goes. I just know he's Gump. Yeah. Like, I just know Weird Al stuff. Daniel Radcliffe looked amazing as Weird Al. He also was pretty ripped, pretty stacked in the trailer. The Madonna actress, the one who played Madonna, I think that's...
She really looked like her.
Oh, poop. I think it's the Evan Rachel Wood. I knew I'd remember her name.
That was Evan Rachel Wood?
Yeah, Evan Rachel Wood from
as Madonna?
Westworld. Yeah, I knew it was her. I just couldn't think of her name.
As Madonna? I didn't even see that.
Yeah. It has Rainn Wilson in it also as like his manager person or whatever.
I don't like him.
You don't like Rainn Wilson?
Well, I mean, I'm not mad at him, but I just don't care either way about him.
The thing I'm wondering is how much of this is based on real life, because...
Yeah, was Weird Al involved with Madonna?
Was Weird Al involved with Madonna? Did she ask him to do like a virgin or like a surgeon? There's so many questions.
Yeah, we need to know how much of this movie is based in reality.
Yeah, so the two things, if it's autobiographical... autobiographical. If it's autobiographical... then Weird Al's story is so much more interesting than I even thought, being a fan. If it's not autobiographical, then they can do whatever they want.
Yeah.
And they can sustain it because they can make it as big and crazy as they want to make it.
But I kept seeing little snippets of things that was like, oh, I remember that. That's real. So how much of the other stuff is real?
Well, I mean, I know he's had sort of like a battle with his music because the fact that he was doing parody stuff was, he was in and out of court a lot of times. I mean, he did so many parodies of the most massive songs. Like, think about all the Michael Jackson songs he did.
Things that he went through is probably what set precedent legally for a lot of what YouTube has had to deal with overall.
Yeah.
He's very important.
I guarantee it. And just just last year, or the year before, in the last few years, he got all of his music back. Like his catalog back, which was a big deal for him. So, and his band is incredibly talented. If it's not based on his story, if it's loosely based on his story, and it's sort of like fantasy kind of based on around his life, then they can sustain it by having the wildest, craziest story of all time, and it'd be amazing.
There was a lot of anger in it.
That part, like he's putting the cigarette out in the guy's hand, like in the trailer, and him being mad at his band. I'm the weird one. You're a bunch of normies. Like, I wouldn't have expected that. He always comes across as so nice. But we're also thinking about that probably later in the success of his career, him coming across as so level-headed and nice.
I remember him like doing fake outrage, but it was always in a humorous way. Some of this was just like hateful.
it looked that way.
Yeah. What do you think about Daniel Radcliffe being cast?
He looked fantastic.
What about his lip singing?
That was one of the funniest moments.
Definitely lip singing.
That was so good though, but I wondered if it was him.
No.
Have a bite of my bologna, and he's playing the accordion. Oh, there's so much funny stuff. Dude, I have chills. The guy in the band. Do you think the move for this movie right now, because the messaging towards the end was like, the weirder you are, the better. You don't know, you're not going to be happy until you know who you truly are. Yeah. Do you question at all that the messaging about this movie is going to be like used to push the narrative for like the fringe and marginalized people, or like LGBTQ plus?
Are you thinking it might go political?
I'm wondering, based on how they framed the end of the trailer, if it'll be used politically as like, well, for like trans youth and stuff like that.
You know how they used to say keep Portland weird and keep Austin weird and
Yes.
stuff? I was hoping it was just in that, like, be yourself, do whatever crazy thing you want to do thing is. I hope it's not political.
Me too. I mean, that is my hope. And I don't make that judgment about it in my head automatically and be like, oh, it's definitely going there. I'm probably sensitive to that right now based on how our world is. Our culture just is shoving that down your throat 24/7, making you feel bad if you ever question any of it, you know?
Yeah.
So
I want to go back to Daniel Radcliffe. Do you like him in general?
Daniel Radcliffe?
Yeah.
As an actor, I like the stuff I've seen him in. I feel like he does good work.
Yeah.
I'm not one of these who believes he's just Harry Potter. You know what I'm saying? Like he does good work.
If anybody has escaped being in a box, it was him for sure.
Well, and I think he did it deliberately.
Oh yeah.
Like he's probably never going to be upset about people who want to see like the cast of Harry Potter get together and do interviews. He's not going to be upset about it, but he deliberately is pushing to do roles outside of that for sure. Yeah. And this is a much more grown-up role than the Harry Potter thing. I mean, you are I know it sounds funny cuz it's a goofball. It's Weird Al, but you are portraying, if you think it from an actor's standpoint, you are portraying someone else who really existed, an iconic figure, you know, in pop culture. Like there's some pressure in that.
I feel like the real Weird Al was a larger man, whereas Daniel Radcliffe is kind of compact. That's the only thing that kind of took me out of it.
Yeah, I wonder how they're gonna arrange that. I wonder if they got him on heels, you know, or like platform shoes or whatever, because they've done that with Robert Downey Jr. In the Marvel Universe, there's a lot of scenes where Gwyneth Paltrow is just barefoot walking around, and people thought it was just to show her comfort in Stark Tower with him and everything. But it was mainly because he was also wearing like 2-inch high shoes because
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they wanted him to be a little taller than her.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Because he's a shorter guy. I mean, I don't think he's crazy short. He's like 5'9" or 5'10".
Oh, well, that's nothing.
Robert Downey Jr., I know you're watching this, and if you're more taller than that, I'm sorry.
Real worried about you.
Yeah, real worried that he's watching it, getting real mad. I am excited about that movie.
I will go see that movie. Okay, so near me, the best theater has the recliner seats and the best popcorn and stuff.
Yes.
I'm going to go reserve my recliner seat online, and I'm going to watch that movie and enjoy every inch of it. I hope.
I think I'm
going to make a special day out of it.
Okay, so here's my question to you. Like, we're both interested in this movie. Are you interested to where you don't want to see another trailer because you want everything to be completely fresh and when you watch it in the theater?
I don't mind
Or are
seeing
you so
trailers,
interested where you're like, I'd like to see more trailer to know what I'm getting into?
I don't have to know any more that I'm getting into, but I don't mind seeing more trailers.
See, I'm torn. Part of me is like, I feel like I've decided I want to watch it, so I don't want to see any more trailer at all. It's like, you got another trailer that shows more plot stuff? Nope, I'm out. Like,
I hope it actually goes to movie theaters and isn't one of these, like, you know, Peacock or Paramount Plus ones or something.
But it was put on by Roku. It was a Roku original. I wonder if it's going to be in theaters.
No. I don't want it to go straight to TV. I want it to be in a theater.
Yeah, it said Roku original. We bet that a whole part about going to watch it in theaters might be bogus.
Man.
It's ruined.
I know. I don't want to see it at home. That's a theater movie to me because it looked like it could transport me to another world.
You know who it made me think of? And let me get your opinion. Did you ever see Queen? Was it the movie? Is that the name of it? Queen? You saw Queen?
Yeah.
Just from the trailer, and this is something we may talk about later after we've seen the movie. Just from the trailer, him as Weird Al versus, and I can't remember that actor's name, but the actor who played Freddie Mercury in Queen. Just on look and kind of the vibe. What are your thoughts? Who's better cast in that? Just from this trailer and watching that movie.
Equal but different ways. I don't think Daniel Radcliffe looks like Weird Al enough to just be a direct, you know, you can see the influence, but it's not. The other guy, sometimes you couldn't tell the difference sometimes.
What about Evan Rachel Wood as Madonna?
I didn't know that was Evan Rachel Wood. I just thought it was a Madonna lookalike or something.
A Madonna lookalike. No, I knew it was her. I just couldn't think of her name at the start. I was like, oh, wow. But the thing is, before this movie, I would have never thought she looks like Madonna. So,
well, I'm glad to see Evan Rachel Wood in something because I was wondering if she was going to be punished where she's come out so hard against Marilyn Manson lately on the sexual allegations.
See, I didn't know about that. But I mean,
think this is the first movie she's going to be in since she came out publicly and was like, Marilyn Manson abused me.
she's been working on Westworld pretty hard. Like she's the centerpiece essentially of Westworld. I mean, they just released the new season of Westworld a couple months ago, so maybe that's why when she was done filming all of that, she got to start working on this project.
Oh, but I'm glad Hollywood didn't kick her out because of it.
I'm always glad to hear somebody was not canceled because cancer culture, is what I'm calling it.
Yeah.
Cancel culture / cancer culture is awful.
I wonder how much control Weird Al had in this.
It also depends on how Weird Al is. If he had a lot of control and was like, I don't want it to be based on reality at all, just take all the rumors and all the stories and just go with it and see what happens. That's pretty funny to me. And that could be his vibe. I don't know. If anybody has any inside information on that, tell us what you guys think. Are any of you guys out there fans of Weird Al? Did you grow up with him like we did? Or is that like way back in the day for some of you guys? Like, who is Weird Al? Are you guys kind of like, what is this mess we're talking about?
Do kids not know about Weird Al?
I think some kids don't know about Weird Al. I think Gen Z probably has no clue about Weird Al.
I never thought of that.
That's interesting. If Gen Z doesn't know about Weird Al, this is going to put him right in their face.
Wow.
Let us know what you guys think about this. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Smash that notification bell to always be notified when we do new videos, because we're doing them about almost every day. Continue to support quality independent content, and as always, keep being awesome, because that's how God made you. Let's talk about it.